Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Creative Redundancy back again. I really hope this is working, by the way. Look at my pinned message right now. Standard, give me a notification, a notice on the side chat. I really hope this is actually working. I really hope so, because I've been having problems with the technical issues with StreamYard, and that's why you haven't seen me using the StreamYard app. Well, side of things for a while. I really hope this is working. I really hope so. I do have a contingency, but yeah, yeah. My fingers are crossed too right now. Let's see if this actually keeps going. I've had issues before where it actually works. Thank you, Shiny. I've had issues before where I thought it was working, then it cut out, like on last Saturday. We'll see. I do have my wired headset just in case I have some issues or whatever. We're gonna see. Well, I guess we're just gonna see. I really hope this works. Well, yeah. And besides, I've been kind of missing this layout. How's it going? Happy Sunday! Yeah. So you guys need to tell me, my side chat, my moderators, if there's a change in the audio, because like I said, I can't hear myself. I don't have a separate device playing this, so if it starts cutting out, you guys need to tell me, and I'll put on the headset. So FYI, I'll leave my start comment on the screen for a little bit, because it looks like it's working. I can see the echoing thing. I mean, on the icon. I really hope this is working. I really hope so. I mean, not to get really technical, but I guess, okay, anyways, reconnecting with you folks out there. I appreciate it. All right. What's up, Lee? I see you in there. Like I said, I really hope so, because I was just like, when I was setting this up, I was like, it's actually working, like, for once. Again, I really hope this works. It's probably gonna be one of those days. Yeah, so, like I said, I've been having technical issues, like, specifically with StreamYard. Like, everything else is great. It just, I don't know, it's just like, you know how just things just stop working, and you're just like, it boggles your mind. It's like, why isn't it working? It's working over here. And you're trying to troubleshoot and all that stuff. I mean, I'm very tech savvy for what it is, but I'm like, this doesn't make sense. It just boggles your mind. It just gives you a headache, and you're like, really? You're doing this kind of face palm, and you're like, what? Oh, hi, Molly. How are you doing? Good afternoon, everyone. Still morning here, but it's afternoon for you guys, I know. So hopefully you guys are all doing well. And like I said, anything with the audio, you need to tell me so I know. Because I guess I'm actually going to test this out at the same time doing this. Because for everyone else that has seen my other live streams where I'm using the Prism Live app, I'm there for like hour, 2 hours, no audio issues, right? I'm using the exact same. Everything else is exactly the same, except for where I'm streaming, the streaming app I'm using. So, let's see. Why not? This is gonna be fun. Why not? Why not? Why not? I could use some good news. At least some better news for the day. So hopefully everyone's doing well, like I said. For anyone that doesn't know, I do have streams later on in the week. Like this coming up week, I gotta remember it's Sunday technically. So I do have a stream planned on Tuesday on the 12th and on the 15th on the Friday. The times it's scheduled in right now. There may be additional streams, or I may change the title of Tuesday stream. However, Friday stream is Well, it's otherwise set in stone right now. It's not just penciled in like the Tuesday one. The Tuesday one is kind of penciled in. There's not much of a description. However, on Friday stream, there is definitely a description. Let's see here. StreamYard is doing a lot of update with it and not the same it used to be. I'll give it using it and got it to you. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, that's why I was glad that I had a contingency, like a wired headset, because I'm also having issues with my wireless headset. That I do know is definitely a hardware issue, because I've tried multiple apps and it's always the same. I've never been able to get it back. So for some reason, it just sounds really, really low on my headset. Like it sounds like I'm really distant, even though I'm not. And my built-in mic was doing that. I was just like, no, right? Then it would come back. I'm like, okay, this makes sense. So whatever. Oh, thanks, Molly. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you to say so. I'm still crossing my fingers, by the way. Although I probably should stop because it's starting to hurt my hand. I'm kidding. So yes, hopefully everyone's doing well. So if anything, just say audio, blah blah blah, whatever. So and stuff like that. That way I know, because I do have the headset nearby, just in case. And I should be proactive and probably run my church device, just in case. I should be proactive here. Top off my device with some power, just in case. Because I think, because for anyone that doesn't know, because I have to use, I had to use a wired headset, or supposedly, or whatever, right, to get this going, like that right now. That also means that I'm using the charging port for the headset, because the wired headset, which means that I can't charge the phone at the same time. So this is why I'm charging a phone, just in case. Just in case I have something. I might actually go get a battery bank so I can be more mobile. So, yeah. You know what was nice this morning? Someone dropped off a coffee to me. It's right in my hands right now. Yeah, I know. I've been thinking about that, Molly. Just like a splitter or something like that I can do both. For the mic headset, wired headset, and charge at the same time. I'm always thinking. I don't want to if I don't need to, but I'm just like, oh, I don't really want it, right? Because the hardware is working. I mean, it's one thing if I know the hardware is not working at all, but it's not like that. So yes, I feel like I'm like doing a rant here, but just to be more transparent here, because I know everyone's probably been like wondering. It's just like, what happened to CR? He's always doing these streams via Prism Live. I'm like, yeah, because I had to. I was actually considering on like some of the streaming apps or services. There's EV Max, Restream, and all that stuff. I was almost considering on going over there and trying this out too, but we'll see. Because if I don't have any audio issues with this stream, I mean, I'm 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes in. We'll see. Because like I said, the last time I tried this, it was starting to work. Then, like 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, it's just like everyone's like, "CR, your sound's kind of muffled or whatever." Some strange noises, blah blah blah. I was like, "Oh, not again." So knocking on wood here. Knocking on wood. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know you've seen EV mugs, Shawnee. Yeah. Hey, Howie, I see you in there. I see you. You could, Shawnee, you just wrote so much. I like. Oh, I'm gonna actually unstart this. Yeah, they all have their pros and cons. Yeah, I mean that's why it's all different. Slight differences. I mean, honestly, the main thing is the streaming part. Obviously, that's like kind of consistent, relatively speaking. But they have their. You can do this. There's a limit over here. There's not a limit over here, and stuff like that. EV boxes. I mean, based on the free, obviously, once you pay, you get kind of extra things and and walks more. But on the free side, for people trying stuff out, I was just like, okay, because I have tried EV Mux before. I have ran a stream at least once, but that was just a tester, right? I was just trying it out. I've never officially ran it with it for a long period of time, or with an actual specific topic. It's not just tester. Whoa, 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 whoa. Really? So not just a co-stream, Shawnee? Whoa. Oh, okay, 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 okay. I'll totally be like refreshing my subscription feed until I see Shawnee live. Because that, like I said, that's the best notification. Right? Because I know people say, I never got the notification. Well, sometimes, and I kind of joking around say, well, just keep hitting refresh until you see someone live. When people like, wow, you're the first one in, always the first one in, And I kind of always jokingly say, they probably kept refreshing until they saw you live. Because technically, if you keep refreshing, you will eventually see the it's live, right? And you'll jump in and be like, 1 minute has started 1 minute ago, or 2 minutes ago, or whatever, right? Because I know sometimes I refresh and I'm like, oh, they're live, and then I just come in and I'm like, they just started a few minutes ago, like, you know. Now you're getting some rain, Molly. I saw fog this morning. I mean, it's kind of not so bad now. It hasn't burned off because it's not. It's cloudy here today. I might see some sun on like Tuesday. Apparently, I'll see more sun on Tuesday, which will be nice because it'll allow me to recharge some solar, well, some batteries via solar. Because right now it's very, 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 very minimal. For these solar lights, probably like point 0.2 of a volt. I'm not even getting like, because I know these lights it'll go up to 2 in full sun, but I ain't getting full sun today at all. I mean, it's gray. I mean, it might as well just be overcast because it looks very uniform in the sky. Like, it's not just like different cloud color. It's like totally uniform gray everywhere. It's not, well, I shouldn't say windy, but it's seasonal. Let's see, where am I here? Well, it looks like it's still going. I can still see my icon doing its thing. I really. Oh, 15 minutes in. Oh, okay, okay. Come on. You can do it! Yeah. Because one thing about streaming or like recording in general is that people can put up with like kind of mediocre, maybe not the greatest video feed of what you're watching, but it's kind of hard when the audio's like, shaky, crackly, which I had that problem supposedly. People told me it's too quiet, right? Because it's hard to engage with the side chat. I mean, people can put up with like pixelation, maybe like freezing every so often, but if the audio cuts out, it's just like it's so much more difficult because you can't actually hear anything. It just sounds like, hey, or I'm trying to mimic that, by the way, but you know what I mean? Because it's hard to follow along with the host or the side chat, or if you're on a panel and such. Oh, okay. How he's collecting some leaves here. That's cool. Sup, KP? How are you doing, man? Virtual fist bump to you. How are things out there, out east? Hopefully everything's going well with you. It's wet out there. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's just above freezing. It's probably like, maybe it's 40 Fahrenheit. I don't. Maybe it's 40 Fahrenheit. I know it's above freezing, but it's definitely nowhere near what I had earlier in the week. Like I almost like I saw the in the high 50s for a little bit. It was nice while it lasted, but now we're back into the seasonal, relatively speaking, the seasonal values. So, and again, I will mention that if you need to tell me if there's issues with the sound so I know, because like I said, I've been having problems and it looks like it's working right now. I'm still crossing my fingers, knock on wood. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it and jinx it, but I gotta let you guys know so you guys know. All right, Mom. It's all good. It's all good. Get some rest. Get some rest so you can do some stuff later, as they say, right? So, it always reminds me. Somehow, the best nap at times is the nap you don't even need to set an alarm to wake you back up. You just always seems to be a better nap, in my opinion. Especially as I've been getting older. I've noticed that because like especially as a teenager, right? When you're gonna wake up for school or whatever to an alarm, somehow you're like groggy more. But being able to wake up without an alarm, it's more natural, I guess, right? Because your body wants to actually wake up and not just be like forced to wake up like randomly, like ding 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 ding, ding, and you're hearing it and you're like, snooze, right? Or whatever, right? On your phone or whatever, or you know, it's just like, uh, you toss the alarm clock or phone in this case for most people or whatever. And it's just like, 5 more minutes. I need a little bit more time. But yeah. So hopefully everyone's doing well. Like I said, I enjoy reconnecting with you folks from time to time. Share a few things. I mean, this this stream is no specific topic. This is why it says live with CR. Usually these are more generally open. Maybe a topic, maybe not. May bounce to this, to this, to that, to this, back to this again. I can circle back around again. But in comparison to some of the other ones I do, which you will know that there is a topic because the title would be different and the description would be filled up a lot more, and stuff like that. Well, you guys are, for a random stream, I'm doing pretty good on this. I gave 20 minutes notification. I was seeing if before I started the stream, I was just like, let's see, let me double check to see if anyone's live. Because I did that before earlier in the week. I'm like, now they're live, but I've already set the notification out. I gotta commit to it now, right? Everyone's expecting me to be live, I've already put out the notification, so I gotta commit to it. So sometimes I miss someone's stream because I'm live, right? And I mean, I guess it happens, you know, especially as content creators, especially here on the YouTube side, right, on the YT side, right? As you meet more people, connect in with whatever YouTube community you connect into. For example, eventually it's just like, you know, oh, they're live. Oh, they're live too. And sometimes end up like what I call stream hopping. At times, I'm just like, and I do it. I admit that. And I know I said this before because sometimes, especially, so James, I see you in there. I see you in there, man. It's because sometimes, especially during prime time, when I say prime time in North America, that would be between, let's say, 5 to 9 local time, 5 to 9 p.m., 10 p.m. local time, regardless of your time zone, and obviously factoring in the time zone difference and stuff like that. Because generally people are back from work, they're eating, relaxing, they're not outside because it's already dark out, they're not gardening, they're not doing this and all that stuff, preparing supper or whatever. I can't believe I'm already talking about food and 21 minutes in, but whatever. And, because there has been times, especially like some of these like Friday, Saturday streams, I'm just like, I'll hit refresh on my subscription feed and I'm just like, I'll just look up, be like, 1, 2, 3. Like I'm counting. I'm like, I'm running out of fingers to count how many live streams are going on at the same time, and I'm trying to chime in, jump in, interact with with these streams as much as possible. And sometimes I gotta be like, only be able to give 1 hour. I have 2 hours to spare, but there's 2 streams, so I give them an hour each. Now, there's been times where I totally commit to a stream, because some topics are more, I shouldn't say more important, but more interested. I mean, it's just the way it is, I guess, right? This is why, people slide out, people slide back in, people are doing stuff on the side, multitasking and stuff like that. This is why I started to do this kind of, hey, I'm slipping out at the bottom of an hour, at the top of the hour, and stuff like that. That's how I say it, so you guys know, right? But while I'm in the stream, I'm like saying stuff. I'm like typing away like a keyboard warrior, metaphorically speaking. It's like, yeah, hi, I see you, I'm actually mimicking that keyboard thing. Well, look at that. Almost 25 minutes in, I'm still good on the audio, right? Audio's still good, right? What's up, Tug? What's up, Brenda? I see you. I see you both in here. Thank you for taking the time to drop in. And Shawnee's just gonna say that makes you hungry. Oh, I'm cooking, CR. On the grill. I appreciate that. And I appreciate it very much. I have a feeling Shawnee's gonna talk more about food. Maybe I should be proactive. I should be proactive here and like get a snack. But I need to do stuff first. Because actually, yeah, see? Now Tuck's doing it. Now you guys are all talking about food. Maybe I should just do a food stream at this rate. I was kidding around on this stream on Friday because you guys were talking about food like on and 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 on. It just went on and on and on. It just kept going on. It just felt like 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 an hour later, yeah, they're still talking about food, you know, and stuff like that. And you just see me in the side chat, just say, walking into the kitchen. I'm actually in the kitchen right now, and like, word of a lie, like, I'm actually in the kitchen, like I have a, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm in the kitchen again, or how I say, I must well walk in the kitchen now, or something like that. Jokingly, always interacting with with the panel members, the host, and the side chat. See, Tuck knows what I mean. See, he knows exactly what I mean. And I kind of said something. It was kind of, I got a couple of laughs from the side chat and from the host and some of the panel members. But I'm trying to remember how I said this, so I'm not quite quoting it, but I'm paraphrasing it. I said, you know, at this rate, I might as well like. I think I said, record a video, talk about food, and tag all the people channels that like make me hungry. Right. And I wrote a couple lines later, and I'm like, well, that list might be endless, might go on and on at this rate, because I might as well, because Tuck and Sean are here, I'd be adding them into it to be like an ad. Add Johnny Grows, add Tuck by V1, it'd be in there. You just see all these weeks. It just goes on and on. You're just like scrolling and scrolling for the next couple of minutes. Cena wasn't kidding. This list is long. I'm like, yeah, well, those are a lot of people. A lot of channels that randomly like to talk about food in the side chat or on my chat. Yeah, I was joking about that, but no, it almost seemed like I was like, I think people think I'm serious. I said LOL in there, but I think people started to think I was serious about that. And remember, I'm always joking about that every so often, but sometimes I am serious about that. I am hungry, but as a running gag, right? Yeah, some humor is always nice, right? Jokingly talk about it, but food is important, right? Food keeps us going. And yeah, randomly, I'm talking about it again. Hey, oh, look who it is. It's David. Hello, Mr. David Lynn. Pepper Principal. It was kind of funny. I was kind of just randomly a thought in my head about you, David. It was just real random. I was just thinking about something else. I was thinking about something I did back in school, and I was just remembering my own principles at that time. All right. It's kind of funny how that worked. It's like I almost foresaw it, almost like foreshadowing, right? Almost like foreshadowing. I was just like, and now I know why. Now I know why. Let me hide that there. Seriously, dude? I might as well just put. If I really do that, I'm put Tuck right at the top. You'll be like, this guy will be at the top because he says it a lot to me. Yeah, jokingly, everyone. Appreciate that, David. Well, yeah, honestly, I know you're much older than I am. And probably a lot more people in here, relatively speaking. So, yes, I am having my coffee this afternoon because it's past noon now. Look at that! Half an hour in, my audio's still good. I might actually be convinced. I'm convinced now. I just like, it almost felt like it took like 2 weeks for it to come back, but eventually it did come back. I don't know how. I don't know. It almost seemed like it was a tech. Well, obviously I know it was a tech issue, but almost like from the server side. of things or whatever, or me interacting to the server. Because obviously it goes through StreamYard and through you on the YouTube side, and you guys hear it. So there was some issue in there, communication, connection issue, whatever. Right? But it looks like it's working. Yes. Sorry, I don't have some random sound effects, so I gotta mimic it. You know, old school with my own voice. You could use a third cup. Oh, I appreciate that, David Lee. Yeah. So I was just like, it's here. I gotta change my camera here. I swear I don't even want to touch the audio setting. It's like, no word of lie. It almost felt like I was going bananas. Sorry, sorry. I had to throw in something. I had to slice in something, right? I know you guys are gonna peel back all these layers of things I say, but no. Aww. Oh, okay. Never mind. Maybe that was just a glitch. Maybe because I was running into this video. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Ronnie. Okay. That's different. That's different. Than I expect, right? Changing the scene or something like that. It's when I didn't even have the camera on, and then it went like that. Okay. Don't scare me like that, Shawnee. My heart started to race again. I was like, no. Like I just went down to my knees and I was like, no. Oh, no. Okay, good. Hi, CB. How are you doing? Nice of you to drop by. Nice to see you again. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, hell. I hope you guys are all doing well. Because clearly I'm having a better day of things. Things are working up, so I'm like, so I'll spread some good cheer, some GLs around, some good looks around. Right? I used to always say it like that. That's shorthand. I used to write small G, capital L. And people are like, "What's that?" Good luck. You know, shorthand and stuff like that. Because I know people write shorthand or use acronyms or whatever all the time. BTW, by the way. Just in case you didn't know. I started to use more acronyms because I guess acronym does have CR in it technically. One of 15,000 words that have CR in it that I try to add into the CR vocabulary. It's a reoccurring thing that I cover a lot of the time. In addition to the creative words that I use, I create, creative, on and on. You know, and of course, people realize that I like to reuse stuff and recover the resources. Yeah, see how I just added in like 10 CR words right there in like a span of like 20 seconds. Let me hide that here. Oh, thanks, David. Although you guys are actually all you guys are channel moderators, so you guys all can do the three dots, check out the channel thing. You know, and then I got some gardeners in here. Also, I got the Precarious community in here, so and check out what you guys do on your own channels. All right, because it's also like Shiny Grows because that's the channel name. So I'm pretty sure it has to do with something that grows, like garden stuff. You know, on a serious note, Shorty, you're kind of growing on me here. Yeah. I had to say that. I know you've been working on it. It's so cool that you may actually like kind of do your own thing tomorrow. I think you said so. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. That'd be nice. Remember it's different streaming alone. I mean, it's hard enough without the side chat, but streaming alone is a little bit different. I mean, if you got a panel members side a side chat, it's so much easier. It's so much easier. You know, I know some people out there can, talk on and on and ramble on and on. I almost feel like I'm rambling on and continually rambling on and on and on and on and on. But there are people, they need, or it feels like they need the side chat panel members to make conversation, right? Because if you don't have a specific topic, how much can you talk about food? Well, actually, some of you can actually talk about food for a while. Apparently, so I've seen from the side chat you guys talking about it. It's just like, look at the time. It's just like half an hour later, an hour later. It's just like, and one's still talking about, oh, this is my recipe. I've tried this. I'm making this. I'm cooking this on the grill. And it's like I look at the time and just like it's like 9, 10 o'clock in the evening at night. I'm just like, I've realized I'm like, why am I getting this midnight snack or whatever? I'm like, yeah, because I'm on this live stream and people are talking about it. Don't start. Don't you start, dude. Don't you start. Don't you start now. JK. I always trying to remember to put those in there. I always trying to remember to put the LOLs and JKs in there, alright? Because if you just put text in there, if Tuck just said, well, since you brought it up, right? It's like, is he being serious? But when you say JK, LOL, these are little hints, a winky face or emoji type of face, then it looks more like kind of like jokingly around or sarcasm, right? And I tell some of my friends that I'm like, you need to say it or write it, all right? That way I know you're joking, not like a minute later. Oh, I was just joking. Like, yeah, you could have told me this like 2 minutes ago. Right? I thought you were being serious, right? Because unless you hear the voice, right? Think about this, right? We're used to in the past. It used to be like Morse code, but we're used to talking, so you can hear sarcasm, laughter. All right, you could tell. Oh yeah, they're joking around, kind of deal, right? It's these text messages, text on screen. Sometimes you can't tell at times, and I've said this to other people, some of my friends and people I talk to. I'm just like, it's a little bit different. You can't get a sense of it because it's just like it's just text that says, you know, blah 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 something, right? I'm not name something, but you know what I mean because I've seen it before. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Don't take everything seriously, but do take some things seriously. Obviously, prioritize that, but sometimes it's good to diffuse some tension with some humor, and that's actually one thing I've started to do. Pull into the channel more. You know, a little bit more. Like you could see some of the earlier videos or live streams, I was more serious at times, so I've kind of let some things out, let loose on a couple things. Let's just say, right? Because I realized sometimes it's nice, and sometimes random laughter, especially. Let's think about this for a sec. If you see like panel members, the host, random smiles, laughter, you know, where they're breaking out laughing, the side chats, LOLs, all the stuff, right? It actually, it kind of feels good, I guess, right? Because, we're kind of like, everyone's enjoying themselves in terms of like the stream. Come on. That's what I meant. Not the other thing, by the way. Come on, guys. Stay with me here. Stay with me here, everyone. And that kind of stuff just, it almost reminds me like coffee chat talks like that kind of like celebration party type of atmosphere where everyone's joking around, right? And, people are serious too, but that there's something about that. It almost like you tend to remember these things because the enjoyment factor of it. It's like people are having a good time, right? And I'm like, okay, okay. Oh, talk. As I see, sorry, Tuck, I missed some of your comments in there, but yeah, I just read them real quick. It's kind of funny how someone just said, "Oh, I'm sliding out to take a nap," then someone else slides in. I just woke up from a nap. It's just like, it's like, oh, okay, okay, okay. I see how it's going. It'll be one of those streams, right? Placeholder. Someone will fill in for me and stuff like that. Oh, look who it is! Wow, clearly it's Puppy. Hello. Aw, how are you doing? I didn't even send you a no. I didn't even send you a personal notification. She just like, Sarah's live. I gotta jump in. I haven't seen you come back in on my live streams for a little bit. It's cool to see you. Yeah, see, yeah, the same fun. Writing and text messages more weighted than spoken words, especially when being silly. Hard to tell. It's really come across the wrong way. I mess up regularly. Yeah, I mean, this is why I I will actually make sure I'm putting these LOLs in there because context of the conversation and stuff like that. And I'm like, because it's easy to misinterpret or the text, right? I mean, with words, it can happen too, right? You know, get the wrong sense of things, right? And because it's just so everyone's on the same page, as they say. Hmm. I see. I see. Well, I think I'm good on the audio now. I'm much more confident and it's much more reassuring. I guess on uh the be- the benefits. I guess on the bright side of randomly going live, I randomly know that this is working again. Knock on wood, fingers crossed, all that stuff. Because I was kind of well, I shouldn't say worried, but kind of concerned about my air live streams. I'm like, oh, do I gotta use another program, whatever, or whatever streaming service to run it? I'm like, oh, looks like I can do this. Knock on wood that it still works on those later live streams that are supposedly gonna be more serious. This is just an impromptu reconnecting with you folks out there, and saying kind of more transparent what's going on. At least for me, anyways. Besides, I get to enjoy a little bit more time with you folks, alright? And share what I always call memories, right? Or making memories, alright? You know? Because, like I've said this before in live streams. Well, maybe not always my own, but on the side chat or whatever, right? I remember stuff, right? I mean, on a serious note, because, things are going on or whatever, people, well, fade away, for lack of a better term, you know? And so I always try to remember as much as I can. And this is why, at times, you know, I try to bring up certain little things similar to this, because it shows that I'm paying attention, right? And stuff like that. And I try to remember this stuff because to get to know people, to reconnect with people, at times somehow you gotta make a connection, spiritually, mentally, physically, whatever, right? And and these certain things that people do or done or like and stuff like that. Sometimes I see someone I haven't seen for a while, and I'm like trying to remember them, right? Maybe I've never seen them face to face, hear their voice or whatever, right? But I've had side chat discussions with them, just talking in the side chat, right? I found out something like, hey, they like the color, this color, the color yellow, for example, and just like it almost seems like a year later, and just like I'm like, is that who I think it is, right? And I'm like, and I'll randomly and I this is actually true, and I saw someone again. I'm like, hey, do you still like yellow? And they're like, yeah, you remember last year? I'm like, yeah, yeah, I remember that conversation to a certain degree, right? That way it's that kind of mental association of words, text, resources, objects, things, right? That association, right? For example, right? And stuff like that. Sometimes some of these side chats, I'm like, I say, I use, what's an example here that I say hi to someone in a certain way, and you see me, uh, quote, air quotes, right, quotation in a specific term or words because they mentioned it in the past. And they're like, oh, hi CR LOL, because they realize, yeah, that I'm remembering that, right? Or if people have certain things on their live chat, side chat, on their live streams, right? And I try to remember that, right? And stuff like that, like headphones I see, the colors I see, and stuff like that, and relating it in together and kind of making this kind of memory so I can remember, because it's easier to connect with people when you have something to go with, right? And associate with and connect the memory with something physical and maybe some words along the way. I really hope this is making sense, because, like, literally, I didn't script any of that, but just something I've been keeping in mind. Still inherently nice, 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 nice. But yeah, you guys know what I mean. That's why I try to as much as possible. Like, I'll be really honest here. Like, puppy, when you say those certain things to me, I can tell. Right? It actually makes me kind of smile. It's just like, you know, because you'll see, especially, and like, I'll give you an example right here. Just kind of relate in. I guess I said reconnecting with people, so I guess this makes it kind of on topic for once. But you know, you still here, Shawnee? By the way, I'm assuming she's still here. You know, people have said, "Oh, I see you got that way with words." I'm like, well, yeah, I'm trying to like associate what I'm seeing or hearing, associate into my comments or interact, connected into my comments that I leave or replies I leave as much as I can for what it is. This is one to play on words. The puns are in there, you know, because it that way. At least in my opinion, for me, right, it shows the host that I did actually see that part. I did pay attention to that part. I did hear that. I did see that on screen. It's not just kind of like it's kind of I just let it play and saying something, right? I mean, I'm not saying if you don't do that, you didn't see the whole video or whatever, right? But it's for me to show the host of the channel, also the content creator or the side chat or the panel, that I am paying attention, because it allows me to kind of make that kind of memory or make that kind of connection in there, so to speak. So it seems like it, at least more. You know, honestly, it sounds different when I'm saying it compared to when I'm writing it on screen or on a text or whatever. But it always sounds funnier when I'm actually in a text for some reason. A play on words. When I say it, because there's these words that are homonyms, right? Sound like words, right? And stuff like that. And it's just like, yeah, it just, I started to kind of do that a little bit more in the last 5 years of the channel. Kind of added that in. Because it's kind of, and it's funny at times, it's just like, I meet people in side chats, right? They've never seen me before, right? And maybe I'm a channel moderator or whatever for the channel or whatever, right? And the host already knows me or whatever. I'm trying to, and they're like, "Oh, you're funny," or in a good way, right? I'm like, I'm just making conversation, right? I mean, as much as possible, because I know on the side chats on these live streams, this interaction part, I know they like that part of it, right? The interaction part, as much as possible. Also concurrent viewers is, whatever the number is good, but the comment section too, right? Because it shows that people are interacting in, you know, I know people are working, listening, whatever, AFK, away from keyboard, BRB, and other things, and let it play, blah blah blah. But like I said, that interaction is enjoyable, and not only that, it's a live stream, right? We're not watching a static video or watching a movie or a TV show that's kind of more static. Like, I'm just staring at the screen watching, you know, these live streams. It doesn't really matter on the platform because it's that interaction part that's, well, at least for me, that I enjoy, right? Because that's why I like doing it, right? Because it's like talking to people, right? It's like, honestly, not in person, but, next best thing. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see what you guys wrote here. Okay, Shawnee. Okay. You're working on that? You're scripting that out, right? Okay. I mean, sometimes I've done that before. I've actually, there is at least one time where I did a live stream without a side chat. I've disabled it already, and I said it straight up when I started that stream. It was a very quick stream, right? Because I want to actually say it as a live stream part, not pre-recorded, right? So you just heard me, the pauses and right. I mean, I kind of scripted a little bit, but yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, just come up with some things to talk about. Sometimes it takes this one to get some rest. Yeah, you know, you know, don't overly rest, but get enough to kind of get a second win, as they say, or feel rejuvenated, rested, well rested, right? Be able to keep going, right? And stuff like that. Because there is, you know, some people can you need more rest. Some people don't get enough rest, but you want to get enough. In my opinion, about resting is that you're doing it to kind of re-energize yourself, right? Because you're tired. I mean, this is why we rest in the first place, is to you know wake back up and feel rejuvenated, right? Well rested. Let your mind relax for a little bit, let your body relax and stuff like that. I mean, this is why you rest a lot when you're not feeling well, sick and stuff like that. Even injuries to a certain degree, right? Because even for me, sometimes, and you got that headache, and you're just like, you just kind of sleep it off if you can, right? That way you can kind of just give your body some time to recuperate, I guess, right? I mean, especially on a physical side, you went for like which seems like a marathon of stuff, and you did all this stuff, right? And you're just like really tired, you know. I've had that. I remember a couple years back, I did this. Well, this is based on the distance is based on what my friend was telling me because we were together for most of the time, but about long, multiple hour walk slash hike. I actually had a version of a get home bake, right? A version of one, GHB, right? I had water bubble and all this stuff, right? Temperature was probably warmer than it was today because that was during May. So technically, it was still spring. So there was some leaves on the ground, some leaves in the tree, and stuff like that. And we planned this together, right, with some other person, right. This was walking, by the way, right. So not biking or anything like that. There was elevation change, like where there's a difference between at the bottom and you look up, it's like it feels like that's like 6, 7 stories up, right. And this is like up and down, elevation change and stuff like that, right. That I think it was like my friend said supposedly it was like 40 kilometers, which is what? Don't quote me on that. I'm trying to remember the conversion in there. Because 100 kilometers is 62 miles. So it's 8.6. Yeah, let's say 25 miles. So of a walk, right? And that was multiple hours and stuff like that. We got back to my friend's place afterwards. I was like, you know, we were kind of tired, right? I'm like, oh yeah, that's a long amount of walking, and and it's not just on flat ground, right? Elevation change, which changes things because you gotta control your descent and and power walk or whatever up the hill and stuff like that. We just did that. My other friend, my friend A, there was friend A and friend B, and obviously there was me, right? And just like friend A was like, me and my friend B were saying, I hope we didn't overdo it. Are you okay, man? You know, because we found out the next day, that night they slept for like 10 hours. Right? I was tired too. Don't get me wrong. I was tired too because I was just like, for what that was, right? For just one day of activity, right? So it reminds me at times, like, any of these other situations or scenarios where it's a long distance walk, I'm like, yeah, I gotta remember to pace myself, and that I will definitely be more tired after the fact, because you're expending quite a bit of energy into it, you know. Like when we got back to my friend's place, we like, we ate, like, yeah, I like how my story comes back all the way back to food again. And let me see my side chat again. Okay. You're personally looking forward to never hosting a chat or uploading a video. 5 minutes in, I'll be saying, yeah. Well, do it because you want to, not because you feel like you need to. I know some people are right that were like that, right? Hey, Shawnee, you were like that too. I mean, and not in what Tuck said, but I mean, you didn't have content initially, but now you're making content as a content creator, right? Video too, right? I remember when I first saw it, I'm like, what? she's got something. There's actually something there to look at in terms of content. I mean, I know it started with the community board or community tab, well, and stuff, right? But it's so cool, right? It's so cool. I mean, because then I get to know people like you better. How you kind of say things, how you joke around. I mean, I know you guys can be serious too. I definitely know that. And I it's, oh, they're just kind of like that, kind of what they say that, and they're just like an average Joe or Jane, they do things too, similar things, and obviously like everyone out there, we all have our concerns. I'll use that CR word versus these are words I can use, but everyone's they're human too, I guess. I guess for a lack of a better phrase, Yeah, see, yeah. Hey, Verno, I see you in there. How's it going? Yeah, and you started with that, and I think what happened. I don't like. I'm not speaking for Shawnee here, but maybe you just got more comfortable with it, right, and stuff like that. Because I know, I mean, it depends on the person, right? How comfortable you are with showing stuff, or like an artist or a performer or a singer, right? Some people, they've always been quote unquote in the spotlight, right? So talking, saying something is kind of natural, right? But I know some people out there, maybe not so much, right? So seeing some people kind of open up, metaphorically speaking, to expressing themselves as a content creator, right? It's kind of cool. I mean, really, I'm doing that right now, right? Like, look at, I could show you guys. I can look back on some of these early streams and it's like, it's different now compared to now. I'm more open up towards it, and being able to talk to people. And I guess to a certain degree, it's because you got a side chat. I guess to a certain degree, right? Be able to bounce ideas off of people giving you that kind of moral support, I guess, right? You see the side chat, it's like, hey, or whatever and stuff like that. It's just like it's just like, and I say this because I learned this from TV, by the way, from the show. You know, I say random. You'll hear me say this randomly, and it's kind of like a running joke, but there's a degree why I say it. Where I say, it's someone's birthday, and it's a lady in this case. And I say, they say, I always joking around, and you probably seen me say this, and oh, I thought you were 29. You know, I say it because I actually learned that from TV. As a sign of like kind of like support, and I mean, obviously I'm joking around, but it's just that kind of thing. I kind of picked it up. I was just like, yeah, you know. Hopefully that makes sense because it did in my head like 2 minutes ago when I was thinking about it. All right, thanks. Yes, see, I sound still good. Now I'm really confident. Thanks, Verna. Yeah. Seriously? Seriously? No, not that. I meant this. The chat skipped on me. I like how like people say hi to me. Oh, I'm making a sandwich. Oh, I'm eating. I'm grilling something. Hey, Shawnee, how's the really good, awesome ribs? Huh? How's that? How's that? You can tell me how good they taste right now. Oh, they're just so wonderful, CR. Everyone loves them. Kidding. Oh, kidding. That's what I like to hear. Straight up, right there. I'm not leaving it on. Oh, they're still on the grill. That's what I like to hear, right? And you're more comfortable with it, right? you know, one of my friends said on his live stream, right? And for some reason, I can't see his community board post. Supposedly, he tagged me in there and said something, and he said to me, and it'd be funny if he jumps in right now, I'd be hilariously funny. He's like, it'd be funny. Actually, I would hope that would happen. That I can give him a shout out on the stream. But, he said, CR, it's because of you that I started a YouTube channel. Because he was saying about getting closer to monetization, over 1K, all that stuff, right? All that milestones for the channels and stuff, right? And I was like, oh, aw. In my head, I was just like, I just, in my head, I was like, oh, I guess I'm saying it out loud now. I'm glad that you kind of feel that way, right? Because like Shawnee just said, right, a way to express that part, right? Just like how she said, she feels good that you found a way, the path. Yes, I actually will use the word path because of creating content, whatever it is, right? That you enjoy doing and look forward to, right? Because I've seen this. Remember, I've been on YouTube for a bit, and I've seen people come and go, right? And stuff like that because people just get discouraged. Blah blah blah. Not seeing results, whatever, right? It happens to everyone, right? Me too, by the way. I'm just saying, I'm human too, right? But some people out there are able to keep going with it, right? They don't get discouraged, or they still find a way forward on this path, right? Still able to, metaphorically speaking, pick up their feet and keep walking forward, right? Keep making progress forward. And being able to do something, right? Whatever it is, be able to show something content as a content creator, right? Just like, as an analogy, metaphorically, literally, and all that stuff, in the preparedness side, right? Being able to keep making progress forward. Where it almost, just like in the preparedness community, they say, preparedness is a lifestyle, as they say, alright? And stuff like that. It becomes part of you, right? I mean, for some people, it does. For some, it doesn't. Even for content creating, it's very similar. I mean, I see, I've seen channels, kind of slide out, as they say, right? Maybe come back, then slide back out again, right? Or they migrate over to a different platform, stuff like that, right? And then I get that for what it is, right? But I've seen at times where, you know, they kind of fade away, you know, I don't know, for whatever the reason is. Maybe they lose interest or lose access to the channel, whatever, right? And stuff like that. Like, I've said this before. I had a YouTube channel back in 07. I I'm trying. I gotta remember. I gotta. Technically, the channel's still there. I just don't have access to it. So I understand. Oh, okay, maybe password lost, blah blah. Can't remember password, stuff like that. Right? Can't get back in to change the content. Right? So the content still remains. But there is other times where, you know, you see people fade out as a content creator. But then again, I see other people jumping back in, right? And it's always nice to see that because it always motivates me to keep going with and make progress forward in it. Just like in preparedness, you make the progress forward, right? Little steps at a time, or as big of a step that you can take, right? And I get it, right? Sometimes it feels like, damn. I got to take like 2 steps back just to make that step forward, as people say, right? And I get that. Sometimes it feels like that too, right? But then there's other times where it just the progress feels like it's so easy, exponential at times, right? It's just like where how I say the content just writes itself. It's almost like how I'm doing it right now. I'm just saying it out loud, right? I never scripted any of this part of it, right? I'm just thinking in terms of seeing it for myself and stuff like that. Welcome back, Vic. Yeah, so something to keep in mind, you know, is it's very easy at times to feel discouraged, right? It's a morale thing, right? We're all vulnerable to that to a certain degree, right? Because I guess it's what makes us human, right? And stuff like that. And we're still vulnerable to it, right? But we're also able to lift ourselves back up, you know, keep up with the grind or whatever, right? Keep going with it, or and such. Being able to move on, adapt, overcome, these strong morale lifting things. Just keep going with it. On and on and on and on and on. At this rate, I might as well start to sing along. that's like on and on and on and on. Just don't keep going on and on and on. And I'm just singing this song on and on and on. Alright? Because no word of lie, I used to actually do karaoke a while back. I haven't done it for a while because for the simple fact that I'm not drinking anymore. So, and the thing about karaoke is, at a bar, right? Most people are drinking while karaoke, doing karaoke. Karaoke is not a word here. Yeah, I know. I just said that. The wrong word came out of my mouth. But you know what I mean? And, you know, at times when I see other people singing, I'm just like, I always feel like I'm like singing along and just like or chiming in with that at times, right? Because there's something about that too, you know. Because singing, and to a lesser extent karaoke, is an expression of oneself to a certain degree, right? Because generally you're picking a song, generally speaking, unless other people pick it for you, something you want to sing, where you're just singing for the moment, as they say, right? By the way, that's a song, you know, and the words echo, you feel those words, whatever the words are, right? And stuff like that. Whatever music you're into, whatever, that kind of thing, right? Especially if it's got lyrics and stuff like that. Because sometimes there's these verses, these chorus and songs that kind of motivate you for what it is, right? I don't know. I mean, that's how I am, anyways. You guys can be all different or whatever, but for me, that's how it is. I mean, that's why certain things echo and stuff like that. Where you listen to it, you enjoy it. It's that kind of like you're in the car doing karaoke or in the shower or whatever. That kind of with friends or whatever, and you're just singing along, right? And you're just humming it or singing or mouthing it along or whatever, right? And stuff like that. And you're just like you're doing that headbanging thing and just like jamming to it, and that kind of uplifting parts of something like that, right? Because generally speaking, people are smiling, having a good time, right, and stuff like that. It reminds them of certain little things, you know, and stuff like that. I'll hear the song, I'll be with people or whatever, they're playing a song, or I hear the song, and you're like, oh yeah, I used to do that for karaoke, blah blah blah. I'll have stories to back that up and stuff like that. Make new memories based on something I did in the past. Well, hey, Tug. Sometimes it's not always sunshine. Okay, I gotta remember not to actually sing. Randomly, I'll just get dinged because I start singing it now. But dun, 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 dun. Maybe I should just go get the harmonica and just tune it out. I mean, tune it in. I should say it right and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of funny. I have something in my hands right now. No more to why. I'll show you guys. Look, I was while I was saying all this stuff, I was actually kind of doing this. I was just like, I wasn't even planning to show this when I was like, I'm actually just doing this on the side right now. Stuff like that. Let's see, where's my phone at? Okay. I was just like, it was just in my hands, by the way. I just kind of fidgeting with it right now as I talk about this. You know? So, yeah. You know, I don't know every song out there, whatever, right? But I do know some of them out there, right? You know? And like I said, you can like whatever music you like, right? Whatever artist, genre, whatever, right? Like, I guess I am opening up a little bit more on the stream. I guess I am reconnected with my audience a little bit more, diffusing some tension with some humor, a little bit of humor in here every so often, right? You know, and I've said this before, not specifically on my stream or on my channel, but other people's stream as a panel member, right? As co-host, whatever, right? And I've said this to them and their audience, right? Because you know they're doing karaoke on their channel, right? And they're like, "Come on, CR, sing something." I'm like, "Okay, all right," and stuff like that. I I think this is why I enjoy karaoke to a certain degree and stuff like that. But that in itself, right, is an expression. Like a content creator expresses themselves through what they show and say. Just like how I'm doing it right now. Singing karaoke is very similar. You know, it's expression, right? Some people do this. People can freestyle, bebop, you know, add stuff in, whatever, right? And stuff like that. Whatever the genre is, right? I mean, I've tried out so many genres for karaoke before. Dang. You know, you name it, I've probably done it. You know, or at least try, or at least try, right? Or at least try it, at least, right? You know, and stuff like that. You know, some songs are harder, some are more simplistic, some are easy, some are long, or whatever, right? Old school, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, right? You know, I remember, well, back now, it's back when I was younger, but, you know, stuff like Motown, right? That kind of 60s, 70s disco, right? Where, quote unquote, people can tell the way I use my walk that I'm a, see, all right? See what I did there, you know? And I've done that, you know, and stuff like that, you know, all the way to that kind of punk rock 80s thing, the 90s, obviously 2000 and so forth, right? You know, different artists, you know, and stuff like that. You know, I remember this one time, a newer friend of mine, you know, they, we went, we actually went to karaoke. This is probably the first time we went together, right? Because we hadn't done that yet. We've done other things or whatever, right? But they're like, you know what they said to me? I mean, trust me, I was drinking. I knew what I was doing. I still remember the night, okay, right? So I didn't do that other thing, right? But you know, they're like, "CR, you're a legend around here." I'm like, really? Right? Because I was just kind of singing these other songs, right? Different genres and stuff like that. Some of them were inspirational too, right? Inspirational for what it was, right? And stuff like that. you know, because sometimes there could be a distance. See, I'm trying to actually say, I'm actually trying to say something in song right now. So you might be like, yeah. We'll see. We'll see who, if you can name the artist or the random song I'm trying to like say as a song with the lyrics. Yeah. I'll give you props for that, for actually knowing what I'm talking about. But take it early. I see you. I'll see you on the next one. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Platform shoes, disco. Yeah, I'm not even kidding about that, puppy. Because my friends around here can prove that. They've heard me and stuff like that, right? I haven't gone to karaoke for a while. I actually kind of miss it. Like, I'm not missing the drinking aspects of it, the liquor aspects of it. Yeah, I'm actually missing the reconnecting with people, the singing, the atmosphere, the you know. And I guess I'm also missing the microphone. Maybe because it's got CR in it, right? Because it's an expression of something, right? Through it. I knew people able to freestyle pretty pretty dang good, right? And stuff like that, and stuff like that. I mean, even for them, right? They're able to free. I mean, that's why they like doing it, because that freestyle, that expression, right? They're creating something out of it, right? Because just like a content creator, it's through they express themselves through their content, right? And through the people they touch or talk to, right? Regardless if it's public like this or backstage in the green room, backstage, whatever, right? A call or whatever, right? And to a lesser extent, text messages and through instant messaging and stuff like that. Yeah, microphone. You know it. You know it, puppy. You know it. She knows how I am on that now. One of the things I've added on the channel more and more. But like I said, that there's something about that. I there's let's face it, like I think that's why a lot of performers come want to keep performing as long as they can, because it's that atmosphere, right? Bringing people together that are enjoying the music for what it is, right? Where everyone's singing for the moment, and you know that kind of, at least for while the song's playing, for a little bit while they're at the concert, a little bit while they're at karaoke, can kind of forget about the everyday troubles for a little bit of time, right? Kind of get their mind off something, right? Just like how people can joke around, diffuse tension with humor, right? It's that same thing, and separate. In this case, it's with karaoke, with words, music, right? Where they, make a grand entrance, right, on the scene, right, and stuff like that. I mean, there has been times where I didn't meet this one person that was going through stuff. I'm trying to remember it right now, right? I had a chance to talk to them. They were, I think I was having what, probably gin and tonic or something, whatever, right? Some sort of highball or whatever. I had a chance to talk to them. They were going through stuff, right? So, I sang this one song, right? And after the song, I ended the song. I'm like, hey, I came back up to them. I'm like, hey, that was for you, man. You know. I remember what you just, when we were talking like 20 minutes ago and stuff like that, right? Because I heard them out and stuff like that. Because even the last time I did karaoke, this lady came up to me and I started to talk to them, right? No, I wasn't trying to flirt or anything like that or whatever, right? Yeah, I was just talking to them as a person, right? You know, yeah, we were drinking. Don't get me wrong or whatever, right? But I was just like kind of making, and this is after I sang a song, right? I was just talking to them, just hearing them out. They explained certain things, made conversation. I mean, I haven't seen them since, and supposedly my friend knew them, but I haven't talked to them since, but you know, and I still remember that too, right? Because how that atmosphere was, for example, right? And stuff like that. And I think this is why, in all honesty, why I've been not consuming adult beverages at times. Because I think if that atmosphere, that good atmosphere, isn't there, it makes me not want to do it. I've actually said this to other people now more and more, right? Like, I'll be honest with you guys, I had like one drink this year, by the way, right? That's it, right? Back in 2020, right? I didn't even have a drink for a whole year, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I can actually show you guys adult beverages here, right? But I don't want to because it's not the same, right? I mean, yeah, I'm in a good mood or whatever, but it's not quite the same, right? Because all the times that I've enjoyed it, right, it was always a good atmosphere, fun, exciting, entertaining, good memories, right, and stuff like that. Because more and more and I guess it's just part of growing up and being responsible and all that stuff. I realized that that's why I did it. It's not to get a buzz, blah blah blah. But it was to actually enjoy the time with people and stuff like that. Because even my first experience at a bar was like that, right? And I think this is why you know I can lay off of it for a bit because I realized it's not those adult beverages that made that time special. It's because I had a good time. The adult beverages kind of complemented it, for lack of a better term. Yeah, yeah, magical moment. You know what I mean? So I mean, and stuff like that. I can't believe I am definitely opening up on this stream. I wasn't even planning to do it like this, but yeah, here I am. All right, here I am. All right. And for anyone checking this on the replay right now, you're probably like, see, it really did open up on that, right? And yeah, it's because I want you guys to understand from my point of view, because the stream, as part of the description, is reconnecting with people, right? Well, sometimes to reconnect with people, you gotta express something yourself, right? Like that and stuff like that. Just like how you guys are expressing some random this, 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 and well, I won't highlight that other one that Tug wrote. I'm not gonna pitch that one on the screen. I already did earlier, but you know what I mean. Like, there's like I said, there's just something about that. It's funny. I should have actually probably did talked about this in a late night stream more, but and this I want everyone to know straight up, you know, I'm not against adult beverages by any means, right? Like I said to you guys, I already had one this year, right? You guys want to do it? Okay, right? But do it because you want, not because you want to or have to, but because for another reason, right? You know what I mean? Maybe just well, in moderation, as they say, right? And stuff like that. Because on a serious note, right? Because overindulging is a thing, and sometimes it happens, and sometimes bad things can happen. I've seen it, not personally, but with other people, right? I mean, geez, almost brings a tear to my eye, I'm trying to not be so serious here at times, but I'm also trying not to be joking around the whole time through too. So you know, because this reminds me some of these other discussions and talks I've had with other people I've met via being a content creator and people I know in person, right? Because I think I'm always thinking, expressing this stuff, right? I guess one of those things to open up to, right? You know, because it's always like when you're younger, you don't express yourself as much, but as you grow older, you realize it's just like, other people can go through this too, you know. I'm not alone in this, right? Yeah, Well, Mo, Mo, you're awesome. You're awesome. Straight up, straight up. Molly is awesome. Dun, 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 dun. I'm making this song up as I go. Cause she's awesome from letting it keep on going on and on and on and on. That's another song by any means. So yeah. And any resemblance to an actual song that's copyrighted is purely coincidental. A coincidence. So yeah. And or if you want to use that as a ringtone, go ahead, whatever. I'll let you guys have it. I'm always like, can you say that again? I want that as a ringtone. Kidding. Or whatever for their talk. Yeah, song for welcome back, Molly. Ah, okay, Doc. Yeah. Well, that would explain why I saw like a certain number. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hopefully, you're more rejuvenated now. Like I said, hopefully you didn't have to use an alarm to wake back up, right? Hopefully, it was just a natural thing. Because I know I like doing that. Like sometimes I'll set an alarm. Let's just say you set an alarm for like 8 a.m., right? And you get up, and you wake up at 7:55, right? And you're just like, and you feel wide awake, rejuvenated, like you can be like, resting and just like you wake up and you're like, oh, right, you just like you feel kind of more alert, so to speak, right? I mean, I know some people are not a morning person, but for me, when I wake up before the alarm, I've at times, and I get up and I'm able to get up right away, start doing stuff, or maybe not even necessarily dip into coffee or caffeine or something along the lines of that right away, right? I it feels like my day is better versus you know I'm hitting the snooze, 5 more minutes, all that stuff, right? And then realize that I think I overslept. I slept too much, right? I've done that before too. I know other people have too. Right? But there's something about not having to use the alarm to wake back up, where it's just a natural cycle of something, right? Where you're just naturally able to wake up, regardless if it's from like overnight, like you're regular sleeping at night or whatever, or day if you're graveyard shift or whatever. But seriously? Hold on a sec. I knew that was not. Hold on. Yeah, I actually saw that coming. I knew it. I swear, it's like every single time I get like almost like you know. Oh, Sierra's live. Let's just call him. He's so busy right now talking to in his live stream to his side chat or panel members. Let's just call him and derail him and stuff. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. I see. I see. so natural. But yeah, right. Like I say, so natural. Right. Although I realize as I've been consuming less adult beverages, I seem to consume more caffeinated beverages. It's just the way it is. I mean, like, I can, I mean, like, in my kind of quote unquote pantry or storage room, I'm actually in the room right now, alright? I actually see, the standard stuff in here. I got stuff in here, alright? You know, here's a can right here. I'm not gonna show it or name it, but, someone gave this to me. They're like, oh, I'm like, I'll have it later, at a good time or whatever, when it's in a good mood or whatever. I still haven't had it. I've had it for like the last like 4 years. they gave, they passed it to me back in 2020, right? It's because at that time it didn't jive with me at that time. I just didn't feel that, you know, something like that, you know. And like I said, for anyone that does participate and consume adult beverages, right? Go ahead, right? I have nothing against that. I'd be a hypocrite to say that, right? I'm serious, by the way. I know, right? Dude, because you do you, but I have my reasons for not doing it or wanting to do it or not, right? Whatever it is. Yeah, you make one. Essentially, it's back to that food talk. I thought I could. I forgot. I thought if I talk about karaoke, this other stuff, no one would mention food. But it looks like everyone wants to be like, "Hey, we're at the table now, Sierra. I want some appetizer, so I'm just gonna talk about it." Aww. I think the key word is right there. What Molly said is, "I love it." That's the key for me to take away from that is, and I love it. Yeah, right. Exactly. I think that comes back to enjoying things, right? You know, and doing it because you want to enjoy it, right? And stuff like that. You know, and to be honest here, I will actually be more transparent here, right? You know, okay, maybe not. I was almost about to mention something, but maybe I'll leave that for another time. I actually did mention it to someone I was talking to last night. Privately, anyways. Privately, I was talking to them a little bit. If they show up, then that'd be kind of funny. It'd be kind of funny if people actually show up when I'm actually like kind of indirectly mentioning them or thinking about them or thinking about my discussion or talks with them or what they said or whatever. It'd be kind of funny. It's been a while since that happened. Oh, whatever, there, Bob. I, I bet you Bob was just like waiting. It's just like, okay, okay, okay. I got to chime and make a grand entrance, and it's time to fire CR again. What's up, Bob? See, like, look at that. That was like the he didn't. I don't even get a high from Bob. He's just like, you're fired. Yeah. What's up, Bob? See. Remember, I know he's joking. All right. Even though he didn't say LO in there, right? But that's because this is like a running gag, as they say. All right. So I know he's joking. All right. I know he's not serious. You're not serious, right, Bob? Please tell me you're not serious. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know. It was all my fault. I'm being sarcastic here. Bob's like, Sierra, stop being over dramatic here. I gotta make it more dramatic, right? Gotta make these streams more dramatic, right? It's just like you gotta make a grand entrance, and like you know, it's just like performing, right? singing, karaoke, all that stuff, right? Yeah, that must be it, right, Pumpy? That must be the reason behind that. You know, maybe yeah, yeah, the grand entrance. I should rearrange the letters and try to spell something right. Let's see here. Hmm. Okay, well, it's got the word red in there, I guess. Fire as in like, nah, never. I don't even, I don't even, I don't even know where I'm going with this now. I don't even know. Yeah, it's nice to see you, by the way, Bon. Hopefully everything's going well with you. I'm a little bit behind on your videos. Oh, frankly, I'm behind on a lot of videos. I'll, I'll be honest with that. All right, you know, I kind of always like randomly. Oh, I watch all your videos or whatever. No, I'm not gonna say that to people because, frankly, I'd be like lying if I said that. No, I'll be honest. I'll try to chime in as much as I can. And for the same reason why I know I do it in terms of certain things I gravitate to, right? Certain videos I gravitate to more than others, right? Make more time for. I know other people do it. So I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and be like, oh yeah, you know, I'll watch all your videos or something. No, 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 no. Watch what you can, right? I People are busy. The real world, right? You know, I just appreciate you guys are just randomly coming by on like this live stream that has like basically no topic, just reconnecting with people, right? And stuff like that. Versus one of my other live streams I did last, well, I should say this week because it's only Sunday, but earlier in the week, which reinforces something I've been noticing. If these certain videos that become quote unquote viral or hot topics, you know, yeah, because you guys kind of did that thing in the US, right? I noticed that. I was talking to someone else about it. I was just like, yeah, where you get this influx of viewership or subscriber count or comments and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, that's because it's a quote unquote hot topic at the moment, right? But being able to see this part of it where this is not a hot topic. I'm not putting any these hot keywords in or a thumbnail that says it or whatever. People are still coming in and just chiming in, right? That's what I like, right? Because this is more consistent. What I typically would see, right? That kind of viral thing. Once in a while, it feels good. Don't get me wrong. Seeing the view count increase to substantially much more than what you're used to, right? And that kind of like influx of someone the channel rate, right? You get this influx of it, right? But and yeah, people enjoy the boost, right? But it's just a temporary thing to me, right? It's this other things where if I'm just kind of like these streams that I'm doing, and I get this influx, yeah, there's something different about that because this is just like I'm just randomly get people are coming in, or I'm getting the viewership, yeah. So which means someone's listening, or someone wants to come in and like fire me, like Bob. Oh, okay, okay. I always thought it was I always wanted my own sin. I'm like, sin? Oh, Cinderella. Yeah, yeah. See how she even put that CR in there? Yeah, me returning. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I guess Bob understands what I mean. Yeah, exactly right. I mean, I guess it's just like your entrance, your grand entrance, entrance. I can't speak today, apparently, but that kind of stuff, right? And stuff. Bob, it's just like how I play with the words, right? And then you fire me because of it, all right? Right? I mean, I tried to ask a question of Bob. He instantly fired me on that one. His name was Shadow. Bob's right, like, yeah. He please do say that again. But I mean, for good humor, right? Like I said, because if your side chat, like it's one thing if you're serious and it's important, right? But if it's kind of more loose, kind of impromptu, whatever, right? Not everyone's being serious, right? It's sometimes good to have some humor every so often, right? Diffuse some tension with some humor, you know. You know, I would say something, but I'm always thinking of saying something. I'm always starting to like quote these things from like movies or from like music. These lyrics right now. Almost, almost. All right, take care, Molly. Yeah, exactly, Bob. Right? Just enjoy it, right? But sometimes life's too short to always be serious, but also life's too short to always be joking around. So finding that kind of middle ground in it, right? There's a time to be serious and there's a time to joke around, and knowing the difference, right, and stuff like that. I guess that's one of the things about growing up. You kind of notice, right, in time, right? Just like there's a time to be doing this, and there's a time not to be doing it, and stuff like that. You know, just one of those things that you just gotta learn. I guess. I mean, even for me, I had to learn that growing up, learning. Yeah, maybe that wasn't the time to be joking, kind of deal, right? Oh, but this is the time to be serious. I should be serious about this right now and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly, Bob. I mean, I think to a certain degree because how can I say this? How can I? I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to even express this. It's like trying to express an emotion with just words. All right, I just can't right now. Hold on. I think I need a sip of coffee. You're probably like, see, weren't you drinking coffee this whole time? Like, no, actually, I wasn't for the last like half an hour. All right, all right. Yeah. I like how it was funny. I always see is like this, then out of nowhere is just like next line, 2 seconds like, ooh, coffee. So you got selective hearing, hey, Shawnee? She's like, yeah. She was listening and she's like, ooh, coffee. All right, and stuff like that. You know. Ah, good times. Yeah, good times. Enjoyed that time. Yeah. Sh- sh- Bob, Shawnee's like grilling some food here. I'm always thinking at times Bob might grill me to the wall and some stuff I say. In a good way. In a good way. In a good way, people. In a good way. Okay. I had to go get a snack. I can't believe it. I had to go get a snack. I'll just leave that on the screen right here. I'm just gonna leave this on the screen right here. Oh yeah. That indirectly reminded me I gotta remember I'm using the StreamYard side, and since I'm using the free, I gotta remember I'm actually using up some time again because I keep forgetting since I've been using their applications to run the stream. I did have to worry about that kind of 20 hours per month. Well, last 30 days, right? My renewal period for StreamYard is this coming up week. I gotta remember to actually have enough time for the rest of the week. And remember how I said earlier in the beginning of the stream, I've been having issues with StreamYard, and honestly, you can tell I'm not having these issues now, which, knock on wood, would still continue. But I gotta remember not to keep going, and be like, have now no StreamYard time for later, because I do have some other topics later in the week I really want to discuss. I mean, yeah, I can go back and use their apps or whatever if I really need to, but I gotta remember to not go too long here, or else I'll forget to be like, you know. 8 hours later, be like, dang, I don't have any streaming time yet. Because I decided to use it now instead of for something more important. Yes, I am randomly eating. Because, yeah, I got hungry. Not even joking. I'm trying not to speak with my mouth full. It always seems rude. Even though you guys can't see it, you guys can hear it. And I'm saying it. That's why I don't like doing that. I mean, and I'm not showing you guys because, I don't want to be a hypocrite and make everyone else hungry on the stream, even though you guys make me hungry on your own streams or on your own chats or in the side chat all the time. Like, all the time. Almost seems like always. But, yeah. You know. Now, I am. Like, last night, I was already considering on doing a stream, like, for today. Also, which I'm doing right now. But I'm also thinking of doing one later. And we'll see. Okay. I will ask you guys this right now, straight up. If Puppy is still here, Puppy, you still here? I was gonna ask you, but I guess I can ask her right now. But if she's here, I'll ask. I'll say something, but yeah. Got a notification from someone. I mean, a hi from someone. Well, I wait for her. I'm gonna have a little nibble here. Mm. Remember, it's lunchtime. I haven't eaten since I started the stream. Hey, Puppy, would you like to see that one stream come back? Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Puppy. I haven't done that stream for a while. I'm only going to do. To be honest, it's because the last time I tried it, I didn't get good reception out of it. So I've been discouraged about doing it. And it's because I have to set up everything. Because I have to bring resources and gear in onto the screen. And because it's an interactive stream, if I do it, I can schedule it, but I need to see if it's going to be applicable. Well, not applicable, watchable. Because I need the side chat in it, that's why. It's one of very recurring streams I do that I definitely need side chat because it's an interactive situation or event or quote unquote thing I do. Yes. Yes, you know what I mean, Puppy? Okay. Okay. Puppy, if you know what I mean, you can just write the word. You can put it together right there. Because if you show up, I will do it. If you show up. Because I could schedule it. I'll make some time for it, among some other things. And hopefully, everything else goes well. It's like you said, Puppy, because my reception wasn't the greatest the last time I tried it. I got kind of discouraged from it, but I want to do it. But like I said, I need the side chat for it because it's an interactive thing. It's right. It's not scripted. It's actually what you guys in the side chat say that matter on it, right? Because it's actually nothing. I can't do it alone. For example, right? And not only that, I gotta make sure everything's going well, like the audio and the video. Yeah, yeah, you're making some stuff. Oh yeah. See, straight up, Puppy knows what I'm talking about. Like I actually have it not pre-scheduled, but the text part, the description part, or whatever, right? Yeah. All right. Because you know what's funny? I'll show you guys something. Hey, look at this. Look at this. But you guys have to persuade me on it a little here. So you're catching this on this replay within the same day on this Sunday and not seeing a notification for it, you can say something in your comment section. But I will show you this. I made this actually. I was on wait to quote unquote premiere it, as they say, for the next time I show it, do the stream. But you know, look, look, look at that. By the way, I actually put this together. By the way, I mean I'm not doing the stream right now. Let me loop it right in there, right? Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. I'm waiting for Puppy to say something. It's like, ooh, ooh. I know, right? No, there. If, if you look into my channel on the previous live streams, it'll show what it's about. The description says it. However, this is why I need the side chat there, because it's an interactive thing. I can only do it with the side chat. That's why I need actually people in there. That's the only thing, right? And I cannot do it with minimal people. It's too difficult. It's well, it's not. I shouldn't say too difficult, but it's not the same because it's the side chat that makes it more random, and people got to think outside the box on it, right? And no one knows what anyone's gonna say, right? Because it's the side chat that gives the input on it, right? Something I haven't done for a while, apparently. So yeah. Now I'm not saying I will do it today, but I'm kind of inclined in thinking about it right now, actually. So, if you see a notification on it or a community board post or whatever, if you're following me on Instagram, you might see a notification or whatever for it. But keep that in mind. I need to time it though. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe this evening, just because during prime time. I don't know. 4 p.m. Pacific. 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, something along the lines of that. It's because I know there's other people live streaming and stuff like that. So no, I know other people are live streaming, so that's why. Because like I said, I need that side chat part in there. So to doing it, so I will go. And besides, I gotta make sure I charge my phone. That's another thing I have to do. I'm not like I said. I gotta put this food down. I'm not even eating it. I'll have it in a little bit. So this will be my standard 2 minute warning for the live stream because clearly I need to make sure I have StreamYard time for later, or else I won't have enough. Like I said, my renewal period is technically I think is on Friday. I gotta double check if it's on the 15th or 16th, but I think it is on Friday, so I might actually have enough for that Friday regardless. I have to double check and not assume that. And so yeah, leave me a comment or whatever, on the replay or whatever. Shout out to the replay gang and all that stuff. And you know, on a serious note, on the way out here, my standard 2 minute warning, which is probably a minute and a half now, because I need to eat something. Because I probably should actually eat something, right? I just, I mean, the people were in the side chat were talking about food, grilling, food, and all this stuff, lunch, which I haven't eaten, and I probably should eat something beforehand, so I have some energy for later. And amongst some other things, like calling some people back again. Because I gotta call someone back again. I got to double check on something anyways. And stuff like that. And charge my device here. So I appreciate. Actually, I really do actually appreciate you folks dropping by, right? You don't have to, but you want to. You know, you know, because you want to. Come by, chime in, reconnect with you folks, right? It's nice to know you guys are all kicking it still, right? Doing what you can out there, right? That's a serious note, right? Because like I said, you've gone and done this now, back to preparing something starting today. I'm paraphrasing there, because that's how it is. All right, that's how I see it right now. All right, you know, Because originally I was gonna do this error type of stream topic, but I decided to not do that kind of serious topic. Actually, I originally was gonna go down this error path for the stream, but maybe I'm glad that I decided to go through this more real world, a little bit more transparent on this, say a little bit more reconnected with you folks versus something else. Oh, of course, Cecilia's here now. Oh, thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. Hi, Cecilia. Cecilia. I'm like on the way out. Cecilia, CC. I am hoping to be live later. By the way, later, and I would appreciate people dropping by as long as they can, because it will be an interactive stream. Like, I'm actually thinking about it right now. All right, and stuff. Maybe I'll eat on it, have some coffee amongst some other, because I actually have to set this up. That's the reason why. Right. I actually have to set up the time and the stage prompts and the place for it, so I can record it. Because there will be more video compared to this. It won't be like this. You'll see some more things and stuff like that. Let's see, where am I at? That's straight up. You don't be there, right, puppy? You don't be there, right? You're not gonna show up, right? I mean, if you're busy, that's okay, or whatever, right? Or if you can spare some time, that's all good, right? Because it looks like puppy's like really excited to see it. She's like, woohoo, woo! I'm actually surprised there's like no exclamation mark at the end of that sentence right there, right? And stuff like that. So, everyone, I appreciate you guys. You guys actually make the channel, right? Until, for lack of better phrase, like, my motivation to create it comes from you folks. Alright. Right, no word of lie, seeing what you guys do, able to do for yourselves, making all that stuff, the things you guys go through, right? It always reminds me why I want to do the channel. Yeah, there is our reasons. Don't get me wrong, right? Like anyone else out there, there is some reasons, right? But this, that almost. I feel like I could. Maybe I'll do that as another topic for another day, and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, go out there, go do something awesome. I guess the exclamation. Awesome, puppy. All right. I'll give you. You'll get a specific notification. I'll send you it directly. So yes, see, it's like I timed it well. Things are going well. The streamer isn't doing its BS thing to me anymore, and Bobby apparently has the day off to join me. Yes. And of course, Bob was here, and of course, I saw Molly and Cecilia, among some other people, and of course, Tuck, Shawnee, among some other people that I know, KVK, Byroyer, and all this, all that stuff, among some other people that dropped by. Because you guys, hey, like I said, it's not a live stream without the side chat, or at least it's very difficult. Well, Cecilia, it's like afternoon here. Cecilia, did you forget it's like daytime still? Even at least it's still daytime. So everyone, go out there and do something awesome out there. Because things are changing, but we're gonna do something about it too. And practice those things like cooking and stuff like that. Go try to help someone the best that you can. You can't help everyone out there, but you can help someone out there. Do something positive, right? Redirect that negative energy into something awesome. And I'll catch you all on the next stream, which will hopefully be later today, where I combine things together. Oh, and take care, everyone. Later.